On a dark, rainy night in June 2009, a 20-year-old student named Edwin Rist stood outside a museum just outside London. He wasn't there to steal gold, diamonds, or expensive paintings. He was carrying a glass cutter, a pair of latex gloves, and a massive, empty suitcase. He broke a window, climbed inside, and walked past priceless historical treasures. He didn't care about them. He was looking for a specific room, a room filled with hundreds of dead, stuffed birds. By the time he left in the middle of the night, he had stolen 299 rare bird skins. Some of them were collected over 150 years ago by the famous scientist Alfred Russel Wallace. These weren't just dead animals. They were irreplaceable scientific history. And Edwin was about to rip them apart, one feather at a time, all for a bizarre internet obsession. To understand why Edwin did this, we have to look at his obsession. Edwin was a musical genius who played the flute, but his real passion was something much stranger. Victorian salmon fly tying. This isn't regular fishing. It's a highly specific 19th century hobby where people recreate incredibly complex fishing hooks wrapped in feathers, silk, and gold wire. It is a community obsessed with status and the ultimate status symbol, using the exact authentic feathers from rare, endangered, or extinct birds mentioned in old Victorian books. Feathers from the king bird of paradise, the flame bowerbird, and the blue chatterer. These feathers are illegal to buy or sell. They are protected by international law. But on secret internet forums, fly tiers were willing to pay thousands of dollars for just a few inches of these bright, beautiful feathers. Edwin wanted to be a legend in this community. He didn't have the money to buy the feathers legally, so he decided to find a place that had them for free. The morning after the break-in, the museum staff at Tring walked into the storage room. They were horrified. Drawers were pulled out. Labels were scattered across the floor. The thief hadn't just stolen property. He had destroyed history. Alfred Russel Wallace had spent years risking his life in malaria-ridden jungles in the 1800s to collect these specific birds. Every single bird had a tiny paper tag tied to its leg, noting exactly where and when it was caught. This data was crucial for scientists studying evolution and climate change. Edwin didn't care about science. Back in his apartment, he began ripping the paper tags off the birds and throwing them into the trash. By removing those tags, he wiped out their scientific value forever. He then took photos of the rare feathers, logged onto his secret forums, and started selling them under a fake name. Money started pouring in, thousands of dollars from buyers all over the world who asked no questions. For over a year, Edwin got away with the perfect crime. The police were completely baffled. There were no fingerprints, no security camera footage, and no obvious clues. For months, the case went cold. But Edwin made a mistake. The fly tying community is small, and suddenly, a massive wave of incredibly rare, museum-grade feathers was flooding the market. An honest fly tier noticed this and tipped off an investigator. In late 2010, the police finally swarmed Edwin's apartment. When they walked in, they found the remaining bird skins hidden in his wardrobe, under his bed, and inside his drawers. Many of them were already destroyed, stripped completely bare of their feathers. Edwin was arrested. He confessed immediately. He laid out the whole plan, showing no remorse for the scientific damage he caused. He thought it was a game, and he thought he was the smartest person in the room. Everyone expected Edwin to go to prison for a very long time. He had stolen millions of dollars worth of irreplaceable historical artifacts. But during the trial, Edwin's lawyer brought in an expert witness. They claimed Edwin had Asperger's syndrome and a severe form of autism that made him completely blind to the consequences of his actions. They argued his brain was simply wired to obsess over feathers, and he didn't understand right from wrong. The judge believed it. Edwin Rist walked out of the courtroom a free man. He received a suspended sentence, meaning he didn't have to spend a single day in prison. He didn't even have to pay back the money he made, because he claimed he had spent it all on an expensive new flute. The fly-tying community shielded him, and the law couldn't touch him. Today, the Natural History Museum at Tring is quiet again. Some of the stolen birds were recovered, but they are forever ruined. They sit in dark drawers, missing their tags, missing their identity, stripped of their beauty. They are ghosts of a scientific history we can never get back. Alfred Russel Wallace traveled across the world, risking his life to bring these creatures to light, so humanity could understand the beauty of nature. Edwin Rist took that beauty and destroyed it, just to win approval from strangers on the internet. It makes you think about what we value. In a world obsessed with fame, status, and possession, we often destroy the things that are truly priceless, leaving behind nothing but empty drawers and broken history. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, please hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the dark corners of history. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think justice was served? See you next time.